The things are happening. The things are happening. Oh my god, the banning phase is here. Irish, it's good to see you, by the way. Good afternoon. I said that already, but good afternoon to you. Pleasure to have everybody here. Thank you for joining me. It's going to be a big game. How often? It's almost exclusively the first thing banned. Poor Shaka. The guy never gets a chance to shine, it seems. First off the board, Zulu will not be played. 15 seconds or less, we're going to see the first ban coming in from SunTzu. SunTzu is the away team. They've banned Russia. We're playing on Pangaea, by the way. Russia, obviously, very often banned very early in the proceedings as well. So SunTzu. So the biggest thing here to think about is that Team 1 gets first pick, right? So they're going to have a team in their mind that they really want to play. And so it's Team 2's job to make sure that they eliminate the teams that they don't want to see against them, right? That's the most important thing, because they're going to get first choice of who it is. So if they can if Russia or Canada or Ethiopia slips through, then they're going to probably want to jump on that. So it's Team 2's job, in this case today, SunTzu, to try and eliminate those. Another war civ. So, and there goes Ethiopia. There you go. Wouldn't be surprised if Canada was here as the next one, not allowing them to have one of the OP simming civs. So, pretty clear, 7G does not want to face off against some of the stronger war civs. So Zulu, Byzantium, I wouldn't put them in like a group of the top war civs, but they're one of the hardest to handle if they have a good game. If you play Byzantium right, you get Crusader, you have a good spawn, you get rolling quickly, you can run people over with Crusader, and it can be a toxic game. So they obviously don't want to face that. And here comes their last pick. They've banned Mongolia. So clearly they want to be able to settle down, play some simming civs, and not have to fight against really, really strong militaries. And 7G has eliminated 3 very powerful, very, very powerful military civs from the game. And now it is time, with 20 seconds to go, for SunTzu to decide who their final ban will be. If it's not Canada, then you could imagine a very good chance that Canada will be picked by 7G, just because they are so strong. You roll the dice that you get some good Tundra and Bob's your uncle. Here it comes. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Scotland. Scotland's the other one. So that's the thing. There's kind of 4 civs right now that are crazy OP. Thank you, Civ Show. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for stopping by with the raid. It's good to have you here. Yeah. So Scotland's off the board. So Canada's sitting there. Will they take them? Because the thing is, if you don't take Canada, the other guys might take them, right? And they're going to have 2 choices. So, it's like, pick your poison. There's 4 civs right now that I would say are crazy, crazy OP simulators of the cities. And 3 of them were banned and 1's available. Which means, that's kind of the thought probably 7G had, right? Is they can't ban them all. Scotland had to go. So they did not take them. Are they getting thrown? Wow. So they've gone Catherine right out of the gate. I would be shocked if Canada doesn't go here. Love Scott. Yeah, Scotland's with the amenity switches up. Oh man, Scotland's ridiculous. Scotland can be ridiculous right now with their abilities. So I would be shocked if Canada is one of these 2 picks here. Then now, what mod changes made Scotland strong? There's not really any mod changes. They changes to the way that amenities work. They kind of reverted amenities to something where you can actually quite, but by the time if you can get Coliseum and your golf course is online, plus everybody on their team if you're playing a teamers, everybody feeds the amenities to them. Make sure they have all the amenities. You get the +4, and your production and science and all that is just ridiculous. Like you just become overpoweringly strong, unstoppable, really. So yes, Cyrus, very good choice. I like Cyrus. I don't know if I would make Cyrus one of my first 2 picks. I feel like there's so many good civs out there, but somebody obviously on their team likes them. Canada, no respect right now. I'm telling you, Canada not getting any respect. Not getting any respect from these teams right now. Nobody banning them, nobody picking them. It's crazy. Rome. So 2 very strong military kind of civs. So clearly 7G doesn't want to face off against military, considering they banned 3 of them. So you come out hard with Cyrus and Trajan, who can both super hard Irel their neighbors, and still, because of their strengths, be able to sim and not be Irel themselves, depending on the way the map sets up. Both very strong civs that can do early military push and simulate at the same time. So very, very nice choices. I like them a lot. Does Canada make it here? I mean, I don't understand. I guess Pangea, sometimes you're rolling the dice. Canada really dependent on Tundra, especially. And Hojo, they haven't locked it in yet, but it is locked in. Hojo is locked in. Active picks. This is a change that they've made, so you can actually see active picks. This didn't used to be here, so that's really good, because this part disappears and you didn't see this before. So it's next band phase. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. These guys don't like Canada. Feels bad, man. Same happened on P Patrol versus Hansa, but the other way. Canada banned, Russia taken by Team 2. Yeah. Does that what happened down back? I didn't see the game. Russia was taken by Team 2. So Russia made it past the ban phase and didn't get picked by Team 1? Even though it slipped through? That sounds like a throw. Team 2 with the first ban of the second phase, and it is Gran Colombia off the board. Nobody wants to play against them. Team 1, having just picked Japan, getting rid of the counter to Japan, or one of the counters to Japan in Daido. So Daido, if they lock it in, will appear to be the ban for Team 1, which is good. Daido on a free sim can be ridiculous. You definitely don't want to have to face them if they get if they have the right spawn and they can get swole, get a ton of cities. Potentially Daido and Norway, yeah. Wait, was that locked in and then this is locked in? Or so Team 2 looks like they're banning Matthias. Matthias is really good civ, but they're hard to play. You have to be really skilled to get everything out of Matthias in a multiplayer game. So interesting to get rid of them if that's the choice. And then I'm not sure if this is locked in or if it's not locked in. I missed that. Okay, so there goes Canada. So that way, this was locked in, and these is now locked in. So Canada is banned. So these guys had their chance. They could have had Canada, and they didn't want them, I guess, which is surprising. I thought Under the Gun really liked Canada, but Cyrus and Trajan, they're gonna need some gold. Because neither one of these guys is gonna make a ton of gold early on. I mean, he'll make a little bit of gold from his trade routes, but yeah, like neither one of these guys is gonna be a big gold maker. Hojo can be a bit of a gold maker for these guys. So team number 2, who's picking right now in the next 20 seconds, is going to need some sort of gold maker in these 2 picks. I would imagine they want to go naval, maybe Norway. Maybe Norway is a good pick here for a gold maker. Let's see what they want to do. Jadwiga, okay, and they're not much of a gold maker either. They can do all right. I mean, depending on what position you're in, you can just make commercial hubs and be a bit of a gold maker, but Jadwiga can offer victory conditions, that's for sure. What makes Canada a good pick in multiplayer? The BBG mod makes them incredibly strong. They're incredibly versatile. They get extra food on all tundra tiles. They get extra production on mines in the tundra. Like, they're just incredibly powerful. Their late game tourism, because they have a fixed production price and gold price for their national parks instead of an escalating faith price. So they can basically use gold in production to build countless national parks and then use their faith production to get rock bands. And then their mounties are basically impenetrable. So if they get to mounties and get national parks up, the game's over. You're almost not going to stop them ever. On a culture game. Poop! What's happening? Oh, sorry. What do you pick, Alex? Bugged. Oh. Just type your pick. Quick. You have to do it quick. What? Okay, well then they missed their shot because they didn't say it. So, Team 1, I don't know who their pick is. They picked Khmer. So Poundmaker can make money. Japan can make money. Khmer is an interesting choice. Never seen them before. And then Germany. Germany can make you some gold because they're going to get commercial hubs up pretty early. So they'll be okay on gold. They're not going to be huge. Japan's all by themselves on the sea, it looks like. Be interesting to see what happens there. So at this point, all the choices have been made, and they're going to just switch around. They might switch spots for who's where, because depending on who's going to play which civs, some civs it's important to have a high slot order for like getting great works, for getting great people, having the slot order of who gets to choose the slot order first for if a great person comes up or whatever. So that's important sometimes. So yeah. They'll just do a few adjustments here, and then we'll be ready to go. And we're going to cross our fingers that we have a nice, smooth game. I've only ever done one game with 7G, and I've never done a game, I don't think, featuring Sun Tzu. The game with 7G was smooth for quite some time, and then towards the end, it was just lagging out and re-lobbying a lot. I don't know what the reason was for it, and it was a game that they were losing and they were not going to win. It was an inevitable Russia victory. And the game just went on and on and on and on and on. Eventually, I was just like, okay, I've had enough of this. Because it was literally just hitting next turn. There was 0 victory condition possibility for their team, and they just didn't want to give up for some reason. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in this game. We're going to cross our fingers for something nice and smooth. Let's hope we got a nice, good map right out of the gate. No remaps, no nothing. Let's just do this thing. Keep in mind, if you do the CPL qualifiers command in chat, you'll read this. But there was a game already between these two in the best of 3. 7G won over SunTzu. And so now, if they win again, they will move on to the next round of the lower bracket. This is a lower bracket qualifier. So they have to win this series. Then they have to win the next series. And then if they move on to the next series after that and win it, then they qualify. So these guys have a bit of a long road yet to go. But if they can continue to win, there's one more qualifier spot available for the lower bracket teams. So should be really, really interesting. You don't usually see them take this long. Okay, there's a team plus. Okay. I mean, it's usually just like, okay, who wants slot order? Boom, let's switch. I mean, usually the deciding factor on who's going to play who is already before they even choose, right? Like, it's usually who do you want to play? Who do you want to play? You can see Rome down here to the bottom. So it's interesting, too. One of the better players for SunTzu is actually in a completely different tournament right now. Okay, here we go. We're underway. Avaria, who plays for SunTzu, is actually in a game in the Underdogs tournament in the CPL. So basically, anybody who wanted to set up a game, or so who wanted to play a game in this tournament, you could just sign up, and there was like these qualifier teams games throughout the last few weekends.
From the first
and the only teams available to be played were all the underdog civs. So like all the top 20 or 30 civs that always get chosen to play were taken out of the pool, and only like civs that don't generally get played as much were available. And today I believe is the final for that. So there's like all the big dogs are in that, and Avaria ended up making the finals of that. So good on him. But that means he's not available for this game. And SunTzu needs a win, so it's a big deal that they can pull out a W here and leave Avaria available for tomorrow's game, I guess, because they decided to let him run off and play in that other game, which is interesting. I would have chosen the teamer game over. I mean, if he happens to have a really good game, he can win a little money. I think there's maybe like $600 or so online in that underdog game, and I don't know if the winner gets like 5 and the second gets something. I don't know. So I mean, if you ever happen to have an amazing game. That being said, Avaria is a good player, but like a lot of the best players in the world are in that game. Like, Corny's in that game. Fish is in that game, obviously. The definition of a professional, if you've been paid, yeah. So here's the map. It looks almost identical to Australia. I think this might actually be the Australia map. Let's take a look at what we got right out of the gate. Poland could not wait to hit the B button and settle their city. They're coastal, which is interesting. They're going to have to play coastal against Japan. But it's not on this sea, so they'll be fine. And actually what's interesting is that Germany is here with a fair amount of space. They do have Khmer to the north against them, but they do have room here. Bit of a wonder here. They have some room to the south. They're not going to want to squeeze too much. This is a really bad map. This is a really tight squeeze for two of the best. Like really, the win conditions for these guys, for SunTzu, is kind of like Germany and Jadwiga, and these guys are squeezed onto a very small amount of land. I would imagine that this does not favor well for them, that they would want to play this. I don't know why there's a turn time right now, because this first turn is infinite amount of time. Anyway. Vander Brunei, Zanzibar. So big section of civs here, or city-states there. Rome smack dab in the middle, pretty much, of the game. And their closest neighbor... Oh, so Japan's actually down here. And it's not connected. So Japan is not connected on either side. The AI settled for teats. He needs a relobby. Well, where else was he going to settle? Is that not... Oh, is this him here? I mean, this is where he would have settled anyway, right? Who is it? Who's Teats? Yeah, why would he need a This is where he would want to settle. Unless he wanted to settle across the river away from stuff? Or maybe he wanted to go inland. Maybe he might have wanted to go in one. He probably wanted to go in one. Yeah, he wants to go off coast for Japan, yeah. It doesn't matter, though, because Japan's locked in. See, this is the thing that could be really annoying. Is you want to play, you want to get in, right? You just want to get the game to get going. The game was supposed to start 35 minutes ago. Everybody shows up late. They take forever to get ready. They take forever to get the draft started. The draft goes. And then it's like, okay, relobby. And then 5 minutes later, we're still not in the game. because people F off somewhere. This is one of such a frustration sometimes. And the thing is that I think there's a good chance this gets remapped. Because Japan, although Japan won't know they're on an inland sea necessarily, they won't necessarily know they're completely locked in. So they're not going to be happy about that. And then from Sun Tzu's perspective, they have two really strong civs who could potentially represent a victory condition for them, and they're kind of locked in a fairly small landmass. If they didn't want a remap, Jadwiga could settle on just a really small amount of cities and give Germany most of the space, and Germany could free Sim behind those mountains. I don't know what they're going to want to do. It'd be interesting, but I can see reasons for either side wanting to possibly... But yeah, settling inland one, I mean, I don't know, saves you a little bit, I guess, but it's a worse settle. And it's turn 2 settle, but whatever. I mean, all you got to do is just all you have to do is leave the game, click the link in the lobby, and it loads up. Why it takes 5 minutes to get here so you can just launch the game again is beyond me. Maybe they just got bad internet or something. I don't know. I honestly believe people do this on purpose to tilt opponents. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. It's tilting me. Lobby Simulator 2020. You don't even need a server to host. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come
Maybe.
far.
Maybe here we go. I don't know.
Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle,
we're going to get started a little bit anyway. New reports accessible from the report menu. I'm not sure if I've noticed that before or not. Maybe that's a new feature. Who knows? So they quickly moved up to what turns out to be iron. So they were there, they moved to here actually. So they're going to be happy about that. Moving away from better. Well, actually, eventually it might actually lead to a better. Although they could have done both anyway. They've taken away a settle here, although they're not going to want to settle in on here because Japan turns out to be over here, so they're not going to want to settle here. The funny thing is this is actually battleship. So this city can actually be battleshipped from this tile right here by Japan. Whereas if they stayed where they were, they'd have been fine. Now they don't know that, obviously. But nice little campus there. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see what Germany does here. They have a fair amount of space this way, but eventually it gets cut off by this. So there's going to be a confrontation here. Troll orange. Japan coming this way could cut off. So Germany's got a really tough spot. Japan's not going to be particularly happy. Over here, we've got France on a bit of a spot here. France and Korea are on the same team, right? Okay, so there's a trade partner there. Actually, the capital could have as many if they get 1, 2, 3 pastures and camps. That's not terrible. So they could trade to there. For Cree. Cree is right up in the mountains here. They're going to have a lot of potential really good campuses. This is like really rough though. City up in, yeah. Some good campuses, but a lot of wasted mountain space. Lots of tough terrain here. We haven't found, okay, there they are there. So Cree is going to be really well defended through chokes. Be really hard for Rome or Persia to get at anybody other than Japan. Actually, Japan's super vulnerable to Persia. I would imagine this is a remap, and I would think that Japan wants one for sure, because they are just going to get smashed by Rome and Persia if they don't get it, because they've got nobody coming to their defense. Like, these guys are way too far away to make a difference. Rome and Persia double team Japan, their game's over. Germany will want a remap too, though, so it'll be interesting. It might be actually a unanimous remap here. It could very well be a unanimous remap. When I was doing competition Counter-Strike, there was no excuse for being late. Instant loss after 15 minutes, if I remember correctly. And no pity for desyncs. Wow. Very interesting, Seth. Poland now has a +3 adjacency religious district on the second ring. It'd be +2 there, because there's only. Oh, actually, yeah, right here. There's 4 trees. You have to keep all the trees. And actually, so you could keep the trees and make this. You could go with Sacred Path and make this a 1, 2, 3. This could be a +7 with Sacred Path. And then they could make like another really good one here on a city there, maybe. So a city here and make another really, really good one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of potential for Sacred Path there. Obviously, mountains. You could. Thing is, you're not going to build any more cities down this way, but I don't know. Probably not a lot of use in having big conversations about potential on this map. Khmer, lots of aqueduct action. +5 campus. Excuse me, a +5 campus in their capital. Flat tile here, but a +4 campus there. You could move up this way. 1, 2. Settle. Yeah, look at this. You could actually settle the olives and put a +3 there. Be interesting. Okay, so we're on to turn 2. The rest of the settles will occur. Nobody's crazy enough to settle turn 3. Their settle was inevitable. Rome off to the scout races. This is going to be a quick discovery here. He might get under the mountain and not discover it right away, but he'll get the discovery there before turn 8. Easy peasy. Anybody not going scout first, I highly doubt it. There's not like any builder first plays with these civs, really. Be interesting to see how they spend their money. Certainly an extra Okichita. Japan is, they're going to know that Japan's on their own, right? From what they can see. They have 2 civs on the far right. They have one in the top left. Japan's on what they could probably tell by now is an inland sea in the south. And they're going to want to get them at Japan. So I wouldn't be surprised. Get them at Japan. They're going to want to get Japan a scout early, I would imagine. You'll see the gold funneled to Japan. Do they have enough? 45, 60. No, they have. Next turn they'll have enough for a scout. And I would think that they'll get it. He has gone north. This It's turn 3, so turn 4, turn 5, yeah, I mean, as long as he keeps going that way, he'll meet them. This scout's probably going to go this way anyway, so this is probably going to be a meeting here in about 2 turns. He's going this way. He's headed left. He's headed right. Mountains galore. Take a quick look at our city-states here. So we've got pretty good mix, actually. Only one culture. Couple gold, couple science, couple religious, couple military. 3 of the Johannesburg. So strong. So strong. It needs to be nerfed, really, to be honest with you. It's very strong. Oh, actually, interestingly, the scout. Now, they're going to probably buy them a scout. Yeah, the money is being funneled to Japan. You can see this here. He's at 40 gold. He just needs to grab Cephais really quickly. I'm not seeing it happen. This is a mistake. You can see that the scout's already been bought here. The extra scout's been purchased for Persia. They got their money in here. And these guys did not get the money funneled over, so they're going to be a turn late buying them a scout. That's just simply bad teamwork. There's no other way to put that. Getting that scout out last turn would be better. Especially since it's turn 5. This scout decided to go this way for some reason. And now they've gone settler and they still haven't bought a scout. Like, what is this money doing? Now they've given it to Poulp to buy a Kree scout. She needs more. Now she's got it. Should be a purchase here in the next 10 seconds. There it is. So they did not give it to this. And so this meet may not happen. This meet may not happen by turn 8 if he keeps going this way. And if this doesn't happen and Japan doesn't realize that they're going to get I mean, maybe they remap just because Japan's by themselves anyway. Scouting down here. Learning their fate. So second scout here, which was kind of a waste, to be honest with you. You don't. I mean, you've got to know you're just on the tip here with nothing. Germany's here. Why not just get a settler out? That's a bit of a waste on that scout, I feel. Personally, they went scout with Germany, and now it's into a settler. This meet has happened. They're both standing on hills, so they've met there. They're going into another scout. Did anybody? Rome went with settler. Paris went with settler. So they went into a settler. So they went one Akitchita, buy an Akitchita, and then into the settler. And of course just finished granary. So they have their trader, but they do not have any place to send it yet because they haven't met anybody. Okay, so this meeting has happened actually. So this scout has made their way out. This meeting has now happened. It's turn 7. They won't know about Rome yet, but at the very least, I can only imagine that this is a remap maybe for both teams. I don't think Jadwiga's too happy. Germany's not going to be very happy with coast and mountains and a teammate and an opponent. They basically got no room to breathe. What other city-states was there, by the way? Auckland is a very interesting one. Zanzibar is nice. Nalanda. Good day, Moondog. How you doing, buddy? Map seems small. Yeah, 4v4 is standard size map. They don't give them any extra space, bud. Oh. Where is it? Oh, there it is there. They'll get to that. Nice little goodie hut and that. But I would imagine they don't get to that before this thing's remapped here at the end of this turn. In a few seconds. They're trying to. Are they actually? Depending on where this warrior went, they may actually have access for this trade route to start here very soon. The warrior's clearly trying to beeline there to get the trade route. Okay, I was about to pause it myself. I'm like, gotta do their vote, guys. So here we go. It's time to vote. I think both teams might ask for a remap here. They already played one game. SunTzu cannot afford to have a bad map because they need to win. And I can't imagine Japan wants to play on the coast by themselves with at least Persia there. They have to probably figure there's 2 civs there because they've got 2 civs way over on the right. They just met one. They've got to figure there's somebody else in that area near them since nobody else on the team is. So SunTzu's already put their votes in. And everybody has voted. The nays have it. Wow. We're going to play the game, folks. Let's go. Japan is going to have themselves a good old time. Deluxe is a good player, but Under the Gun is a very good player, and he is going to be putting on a great big show in this direction. Everyone's going to want to get their iron up and running for him. Rome is also going to probably send some boys to the party. They got iron here and probably in a second expand this way. I'd imagine they'll probably want to settle in the direction of Japan and just end this thing quick. Looks like they're going to... They know Japan's here, so this warrior's definitely heading there. They're going to end up getting that goody hut. They've sent this warrior back to pick up the settler to come over here and probably settle the jade, which means this is going to have free reign to walk in here. Whew. Peaceful. Yes, France is in the game. They're kind of isolated in Freesem, really. Big mountain range and city-states cutting them off from Rome. Rome's going to have a pretty good time in their space. I don't know if there's any other way to say that these two are just going to just put a big old push on Japan. He's brought this guy back. He'll escort him along. These guys already had their confrontation. He's taking off. Which is, I mean, he needs to go find out what's going on, but he's going to need to be fed some money. Because the pressure's coming. You can see the scout on the way. The warrior's here. This warrior's going to come down. The pressure's going to be on, and he's got some tight chokes to try and get through. If he can get this guy out, that's fine, but he's never going to get a city down here. I mean, this would be a pretty nice city for him, but it's pretty defensible. Because they could shoot from this hill and they could shoot from these tiles. That's not a great city. It's not defensible at all. Germany's perfectly fine with what they've got. Definitely some confrontations happening here. Settler in one turn there. This settler has popped. The extra scout here did not cost him much time. They must have worked a 1-3. Yeah, once they were at pop 2, they might have worked a couple of 1-3s to spit that settler out super fast, because that's good timing for them. A lot of money still on 7G's side. Be curious to see how they're going to spend that. I would think you guys start funneling that. This is very interesting here. It appears as though they want to go and get this city right here. And this city is super productive, but it's going to be very hittable. If you settle there, if you can get there before these guys are going to go to the goody hut, so they'll be fine. There. Yeah, they should get to there. But there is no less than 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, 5 tiles really, that can hit this city with catapults. He wants this here, you'd think, right? Oh, free builder for Rome. That's hot. He already got one, too. Did they buy him a builder, or did he get 2 builders from huts? He went scout settler, and now he's into another settler. Two tiles east? Oh, here. Oh, yeah, you could go here and here. You could do that. He's not going to get it, though. I would imagine this guy's heading here, and he's not going to get that. I would have thought this was the play. You're right, though, because if you go here, then you don't have anything this way. The play could... Well, he wouldn't have saw that by now, I don't think. Oh, he has seen that. Okay. So he must have stepped here. So he hasn't seen this tile, but he might be think. Oh, shit. What has he done? He must be wanting to go here. What was that play? He wants to... Why aren't they buying him anything? They've got money. They buy him a slinger. And then another slinger. If he goes here, it's ball game. If he goes here, he's going to have to shift enter this all the way back. Why did he do this? He does block things up, but I mean, he's about to get pushed. I mean, he doesn't know yet. He's going to get pushed so hard by both Rome and Persia. His day is going to be a nightmare. But I mean, if he goes here, it's insane. He's going to last move it? And yeah. He's going to have to settle it right now. I mean, he could go across. He knows this is here. Okay, he settled it. He knows, so he's blocked. You're right. He has blocked some settles off. He's gonna have this nice little tile in the third ring, and this. There's a lot of good. This is an amazing city, but this was also a good city. Like this would have been the play. You're right. He didn't know this was here. He could have, because he would have went there. He could have went there and then shift entered over. But then he still would have had to try and settle, and he wouldn't have gotten the settle in. Because he would have had to, like, he wouldn't have been able to shift enter. He would have had to be gone. Like, I don't understand this. They have over 200 gold sitting here. And then this is happening. Like, this warrior should have stayed with him. He could have gone to this settle and then buy a slinger. He could buy 3 slingers right now. Yeah, this was a good move. Not knowing this and not knowing this, from what we see, this was a really good idea. You were absolutely right. This would have been really good. This would have been a really nice Liang city with this volcano potentially. You would have grabbed the 3-2. But yeah, given, and then when he's left the settler by itself, like that was really close. Like if there wasn't a goodie hat right here, then he would have gone here instead. And when he stepped there, he could have lost that settler very easily. If there hadn't been a goodie head here for it to divert him by 1 turn. I don't get this. That is insane. Almost 230 gold. What are they doing with their money? Is everybody just saving up to buy their own builder? Like Rome with a just disgusting second city. Absolutely beautiful. Let's move on and do some things. They got their goodie hut or their meteor. Really nice amber tile in the second expand for Persia. You would imagine they'll start filling this area in with future settlers. They're going religion. Another settler coming here in 1. They're going religion. Where's France at? They've got another settler coming in 2. Doesn't feel like France has had a very good start. A couple 2-2s. Not a very good expand. France has got free sim, but they're pretty crappy land. Not very much in the way of camps and pastures for these. These are pretty bad cities, really. They spent gold. Oh, they did. What did they do? Buy a settler? They just spent 140 gold. Oops. What did they spend the gold on? Japan Warrior? Oh, yeah. They are in so much trouble. They just gave them all their money. They're just like, dude, take our money. This is insane. They're gonna get another one next turn as well. They need to get it. They need to buy a slinger and upgrade it to an archer. They've blocked the path. He could go around. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he'll be able to block it though, because they can just shuffle the warriors along with the settler. Wow. Kamir's coming over to see what he can figure out. But yeah, I'm assuming they're buying a. They got to buy a slinger and get that warrior off of them. Buy a slinger. How much money does he have? 140. I would do this. I would buy 2 slingers. I buy a slinger right now, then move it here. Buy another slinger, and get them archers. Like he needs a lot, and he needs it right now. +4 campus down. Please tell me that's not what you're going to do right now, though. Please buy a slinger. Slum, how you doing? Sorry, I'm not getting everything read. Big Daddy, it's good to see you. Meteor DLC is that? Yeah, it's the meteors are part of the New Frontier Pass. Naked Settler, very interesting choice with France standing here. I guess they know that they're probably safe. But if this guy was up here, right? Like they didn't know. Like this guy could have been up here. Like this is very dangerous. They've shuffled him along. He still hasn't bought anything. Oh wait, he did. What did he buy now? Oh no, they've given the money to Poulp. What does Poulp need money for? Over Japan. Okay. So they went with the quick settle here. They have Earth Goddess, really nice Earth Goddess. By the way, they went with the Holy Site here, so they didn't go Sacred Path, obviously, because they went Earth Goddess. So this was a, they're gonna want to get. Well, they're gonna want to keep the trees though. That would have been a really good Holy Site. +3 versus a +2, but they put that one there for a +2. Okay. Anybody else have Pantheons, by the way? Nothing there. No Pantheons yet. Yeah. Naked Settlers. These guys are playing fast and loose. Look at this. This guy's promoted. He can get here next turn. I mean, this guy could be like, this is insane. I don't know what they've been spending all their money on, because I don't see like extra builders and settlers in that. It's going to be I mean, they should have bought a scout in Rome. Like, I don't know what they've been spending their money on, but they needed to buy him an escort unit. This is just dangerous play right now. He's going to shift enter that over, even though it doesn't really matter because he's going to get to there anyway. They did finally buy a slinger. He is going to go ahead and build that campus. He's going to need science, I guess, but I don't know. Oh, he brought it back. He brought it back, and then I guess he's going to try and escort with the slinger. See, like that's such a big slowdown though. Like he just cost himself like 3 or 4 turns there. You buy the scout. You buy the scout escort, and you save yourself the problem. Yeah, it's a huge one. Yeah, if they'd have bought a scout and shift entered it, right? They could have shift entered it here to stop him from being able to go around. That would have been a good call. But again, they didn't have the money, I don't think, right? They've been spending all of their money. I mean, he has great stuff going on. He has a really good start. I'm assuming he's going to want stone circles if he can get his hands on it, especially with the marble as well. But I don't necessarily, with 2 builders out of the gate, he should be doing better than that right now. That was interesting. I don't even want to comment on that. I'm not even going to comment. Not even a very good fishing boat pantheon for Japan, but I guess it's what they might want to take. I don't know. Did they have enough for a scout? I didn't think there was 65 there. I didn't do the math very well, obviously. I just saw low numbers everywhere. Oh, 60. Yeah, 65 is a slinger. Yeah, sorry. Little bit. No, geez, it's not very good land for these guys, really. It is not very good land for these guys. They're gonna want to have pressure put on Persia by Cree. They're not gonna have any choice but to try and get this pressure put on here. They're gonna have good science. They've got good campuses to be had here. They're gonna be in trouble here if this guy sneaks in here. They could potentially slow some stuff down there. They're gonna need to spend money. Now they're... Oh, this unit died because it stepped onto the fire for some reason. I think that was a suicide mission. A couple slingers out to protect some resources. Is he going to take that north, maybe? I don't know where he wants... Oh, maybe he wants the gypsum settle, probably. He decided on the gypsum settle, maybe. What's Germany doing here? Do they have much in the way of setup? City over here will give them a... No, that luxury's in the way. They'll have a decent setup for Hansa commercials here if they put a city... Like, put a city here. There's not a great city here, but they could put something in here and have a decent commercial Hansa setup. Or potentially a city here as well and do it in there. The iron would be in the way if they've discovered that. Where is everybody on text, by the way? Turn 22, backtrack to pottery. Pope's just getting archery online, as is... So he only has one slinger, and he's about to finish archery. I'm not a big fan of that. Rome's getting archery online. Currency for these guys. Obviously, currency is the play for Germany. Craftsman. Political philosophy on Rome is a thing, obviously, because Rome... Everybody's on early empire here for these guys. So these guys must all go top tree commercial... Or these guys must all go top tree culture early. Wait, no, turn 22. Yeah. Yeah. Like, these guys need so... They don't know it, but they need so many units. Like, he has to know it. Is he... Like, this is just... I mean, it won't be under control. I don't know why archery on Rome. I don't know why archery on Rome. I mean, they should be pushing... I mean, they should have legions here. I mean, this is obviously very defensible, but... I mean, there should be a ton of pressure on the way here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We do have a religion, and it is reliquaries for the Polish and pilgrimage for the faith. Okay. Be interesting to see. They obviously don't want to settle here with Japan around. But they can. I guess they're just going to commit to coastal. They can settle that sheep. No, they're probably going to want to settle that. There's a lot of good cities there. Because they, I mean, other than that, I mean, they put a city here, I guess, but they got to build cities somewhere, right? Yeah, Poland on 2 cities. They just have to commit to the coast. It's as simple as that. I mean, what else are they going to do? I mean, even Germany. Like, I can't believe they didn't remap this. Like, even Germany's like, how many cities are they going to really get in? It's going to be conflict here. I mean, this is almost like this right here, all this flat land and that. This is really like nobody's going to want to settle this because it's going to be so pushable from either side, right? So this is basically going to be the demilitarized zone here. This is going to be no man's land. Demilitarized zones. This is no man's land between the two fronts, basically. They'll put a city here, and then there won't be anything here, probably. Yes, it is Big Daddy, yeah. Did Germany and Poland meet? Yeah, they're on the same team. They're on the same team. Man, he's talking so much. Has he already shifted this over, or is it going to go in next turn? Oh, no, it's going that way next turn. Oh, rip trade route. Rip trade route. Getting a warrior or a builder on that to mine that up. That's a nice tile. Got the 4-1 here. Not a lot of production in this city at all. Need to get the mines going here. Another settler going here in a quite productive city. Yeah, they can't go top tree. These guys won't be able to go top tree. So like that's what I'm saying. They're going to just commit to water, right? I mean, even these aren't even connected. Like Japan is not even connected to their ocean, right? So I mean, this is all free game for anybody who wants it. If anything, France would be France would be a bigger threat to Poland than anybody else. Why is Khmer going fishing? That's a good question. Where are they? Maybe they forgot to select something and it just automatically went to the top. He probably forgot to select something. He's probably just... Maybe did he get his religion and he just missed it? Oops. No, he hasn't got his religion yet. Who's first up, by the way? Engineer, nothing special. Euclid. Looks like he gets his religion. Did he project for his religion when... What's going on? Natural wonders? Not really that I've seen. Although that's looking pretty nice for Japan now. There was a half of a wonder sticking out somewhere. There's that one there. Where did I see the half? That hill that grows. The story of the hill that grows. I think I saw it. There's Uluru. Is it down here? Oh, here it was here. The Mato Tipila. So this is why when they went scout, and I was like, why? Because now their scouts are just sitting around. Like, I mean, these scouts have no value to them, but they went scout, and I mean it's not a big deal, but wasting another 2 or 3 turns on your first settler, especially when you're going 2 city holy site challenge, is you're just slowing yourself down that much more. Really good faith gen though. 46 a turn right now. Against 6. He's going to have a huge monumentality. Problem is his monumentality, like, he can go and settle this. He can be happy to settle this, probably. And then maybe a couple cities here and a city here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe he goes in here and builds an aqueduct city or something. But he's pretty much sitting on 6 cities. 2 more settlers pop in here. We'll see what Germany wants to do for their cities. Rome got a settler out and another one going. What's with the naked settlers? I mean, France could easily have a unit here somewhere. They wouldn't need a goal. They shouldn't need points in the first year for Golden Age. Hindu Teamer's Golden Ages in the first year are like easy as pie. He must have got River Goddess, did he? Yeah, he's got River Goddess going. Really strong for him, obviously. Rome did get stone circles. Very good for them. City Patron Goddess, they'll get commercial hubs online probably really quickly, one would think. Bit of harassment in here. He's finally getting it. He's going to get out. This builder's stuck until he does. They've gone Magnus first for chops or internals, maybe? I guess just for their internals, but there's not a good internal there, so I don't know. Over here they got craftsmen, so you can see their horses are going to be nicely boosted. They've got iron over here. Looks like a bit of a blind craftsman. Bit of a blind craftsman there, folks. One horse and an iron in the fourth city. Eeks. And God of the Sea for Japan, because, I mean, what else are you going to do? I guess there's 3 of them in your second city eventually. Getting builders online. The science is up. What are the yields right now? 911, 1110, 119. So pretty similar. 3 turns on golden. 4 turns, I guess. Which city states are going to be taken? Oh, I don't know. I mean, Taruga's probably... I would imagine Japan will probably want to take Taruga if they can ever not get destroyed. I mean, there's no city-state down here. Armagh would be actually a good call for Japan as well. Actually, I think Japan would probably want to take Armagh. Maybe if these guys could ever spread their wings down here, they could potentially come and take that. Nothing up here of value. Bandar Brunei is not a very good looking city and nobody's really close. Rome could go take La Venta, but they're probably not going to want to take religious city-state away from Jadwiga unless they focused Armagh and killed La Venta and then denied Jayavarman. Kumasi looks super vulnerable. In fact, whoever kills that could be the one who gets the advantage. Nobody's going to want that city, though, because it's super hittable from either side. I don't know if either one of these guys is going to want that city or not. Nothing worth taking here, really. These guys could take Singapore. It's not bad. It'd be a really good campus kind of setup, maybe. Lemon, how you doing? Good to see you. Persia and Rome play it, tilting me so hard. I mean, I'm trying to not be critical, Slum, but I'm definitely seeing things that I don't get. See some warriors up early. Naked settler again. I mean, this is insane to me. Like, first of all, there's almost no harassment in France, yet they've got 3 scouts standing around doing essentially nothing. They could easily, and should have easily, had a scout around the top here. They could have easily had a scout standing here ready to snipe this. And this is just ballsy as F in an important teamers game. I wouldn't do this in just the regular CPL competitive team games. This late into the game. Like sometimes early you shouldn't either, but and I have been caught. But this late in the game, there could easily be any units around here. Yeah, campus What is this? This is their Gov Plaza commercial. Yeah. Campus, Gov Plaza commercial, no general. Is anybody even getting general points right now? I mean, this. Why take. I don't know. Why take Persia and Rome? Find Japan isolated on the sea, on an inland sea, and not push them. Like, there's no harassment at all. Kyoto is definitely a really tough push, but they could easily have units come through here and units come through here and come from the north. Yeah, this is very difficult. Yeah, you put a galley in here and you never take that. But like, you just push this. Yeah, you have archers here. Galley in the city. Contentious in chat. This isn't. I mean, this guy's here now, but this was insane push. He's gonna step up here. He'll search there, so he'll be on 5 cities here shortly. He's heading to 5 cities. Everybody's just in free sim mode. A couple more settlers coming here. Settler and a couple more there. Rome. They haven't selected yet, I guess. So Monumentality was the obvious choice for Jadwiga. There you go. Pen Brush for everybody else. Monumentality for him. Free Inquiry. So I guess their thought is get down 3 commercials, go Free Inquiry. I don't like the decision at all. I don't like it at all. I would definitely be pen brush voice all day long here. So looks like they bought a builder in every city. This was where I thought they would come settle one of these two, like this. Nice harbor here, I guess. Feed the World, Defender of the Faith. So trying to protect against the Germany push. Khmer is just going to be on the defensive all game early because they're not going to be able to push early and then Germany gets big. Looks like they're going to go for... They went campus in here. I don't see any commercial hubs down despite... Oh, wait, is this commercial hub? No, it's Gulf Plaza probably. No, it's commercial hub. On the iron. Still no commercial hubs. Oh, one here. Yeah, and then no one was ever going to settle this. Yeah. They spent a bunch. They bought 3 builders and a settler. And I would imagine... Oh, they bought another settler here, actually, as well, I think. So 3 builders, 2 settlers. They'll go and... They'll get probably 6 cities. It's so nice being so far backline. Like, you know you don't even have to escort. Right? Like, you know that there's no possibility that anything's here. Right? So you just block this up and it's just like... You just never have any units, basically. You don't have to worry about escort, settlers, stuff. Just boom, boom, head out. Great scientists. Points. A lot of competition for the scientist points. Kree going for a general. Kree probably... Like, look at this! Am I losing my mind? Like, how... there's no way that they could be confident that a scout or something didn't trickle down through here. Oh, they might. So they would have their vision. Yeah, maybe because they have their vision. No, nobody has control of them. Nobody has control of Kamasi. They can if you're watching my stream. Yeah. I mean, there easily could have been a unit that snuck down through here. Or for that matter, like, I mean, they've got a unit here. And he's going to escort this. But, like, there easily could have been a unit that was squeaked up through here behind him. Or down through here. Like, this is insanely risky. Like, he wouldn't even be able to see this tile. If he steps here and there's a scout standing there, it's over. Yeah, Poland will go for a culture victory. They'll play super tall. They'll play super tall. They've got another settler coming online. I'm thinking like maybe a city here, and then an aqueduct city here, and then a couple cities here. It's 2, 4, 6. That's 7. You know, if you can get to 8 and build 8 theater squares, right? Never even noticed this before. France going coastal. They do not have very good land. Oh, there's another wonder. So somebody's asking about wonders. There's another one. We saw this one earlier. We have the desert one up here. And we have Uluru here. These guys are just poking around here. Everybody did make golden, by the way. It's really hard to not make golden in teamers. It happens, but... Astrology... So Japan going astrology because they're just now heading to their harbors after getting campuses up. They're gonna just try and stay at the very least on par. Here comes some more harassment. Big forward settle. Coming to grab that 3-2 volcano action. Couple settlers here. What's the space here? So they could settle the sugar. The dyes. And the coffee. I have to assume this. Oh, shoot. Oh, I forgot. I was thinking this was... Yeah. I forgot about Germany. I was thinking this was kind of more walled off, but this would be vulnerable to a Germany push. 3 cities. You could head up here, do an aqueduct city of some sort. Maybe Khmer lets you have some land. Just so that you're not super tall. Dangerous to come over here just because of Germany, right? But Germany's on free sim. They're not going to probably want to push right away. But eventually you're going to need the science to stop them. There's Ik Kill. Was that the other one? I missed it. In the Cree territory. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Oh, +5 campus. They can buy this tile and chop that out and take it down 1, but very, very tight quarters between those tiles. Very interesting stuff. Essentially unpushable. Interesting spearman choice there. This is 1 tile chokes. Whew. How is the appeal? Oh, it's pretty good here. A lot of trees. So they got a couple ones here. And this was, but I think they put something, I think this was a tree here and they got rid of that. So it took an appeal off that. But a couple there, and then a bunch along here and then up in here. If they get rid of this jungle, this would have it as well. Because this is river plus 1, 2, 3. So that jungle makes this tile. So you can see it visually. A lot of jungle over here is no good. But it's a pretty good start, right? It's a pretty good start to have that many. You could actually mine this and still have this one. So you could mine this, keep the appeal on both of these, because this is a +5 right now. Yeah, committing to the coast, and they can settle this, and they can settle this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they could settle the wheat out on the tip. And here, 1, 2, 3 more. 6, 7, 8. They can get 8 cities here. They can get 8 cities here. Oh, and they also have some rate on this tile alone. 1, 2, rivers 3. That's 4. So like a nice faith in there. 61 faith a turn. Going for Oracle. Audience Chamber, which is beautiful. Gets super tall. They're able to buy their settlers with faith, obviously. What's their current? They're at exactly 0. Am I in the wrong? Okay. They have exactly 0 faith right now, but they've been buying their settlers. Oh, they're going south. I mean, I don't mind the play. I mean, you just want cities at this point, right? You just want cities. You could even settle right there, and then just chop out a theater square in a harbor, place to put books and music and stuff. You know, no encampments for Germany. Yeah, they're just banking on the fact that they can't be pushed. Really, I mean, I feel like Rome. If Rome had committed early and just said, let's just, like, they could push through here and here, like, I feel like they could have come and put pressure on this. Like, this feels very pushable. You know? Even this feels very pushable if you ever wanted to come here. But the guys were making a very good point. This is like essentially impossible at this point. Rome double back in for irrigation. Apprenticeship in 6. Horseback riding on Germany's. Germany got more districts going. They have some more commercial hubs online. Both of them are on a resource. So this would become a 2, 4, 5, 6. Maybe aqueduct here is 8, 9. So this is probably like a plus, potentially a plus 10. So like a 20 when you double it up. Commercial hub in the middle for a commercial hub here into Hansa with this city's commercial hub. So this would be, they've gone off of river commercial hub to make a plus, yeah, there it is there. Plus 6. That'll make it a 7. So that'd be an 8 overall. So pretty good stuff. This city's, oh, okay, yeah, so this is this city's commercial hub here. Okay, this is this city's commercial hub here. So these guys would put their Hansa there. This city will put their Hansa maybe here, because this is probably the best city in the area over that. Oh, shit. Free unit. Let's go. Yeah, they're going to go down here and settle. It's a couple luxuries. They already have some silver, but they'll be able to give that out. I'm guessing they already have furs. I haven't taken a good look at the continent split, by the way. So, unfortunate that these guys are both sharing the same continent. So, not a lot of ability to share there. And then up the middle, Japan's like the only one on this continent. Although these guys are going to come settle it. Japan got a kind of a continent split, but not any resources. And then so yeah, it's interesting. Like these two are on the same continent on the same team. These two are on the same continent on the same team. Japan's got their own, and then these guys are on their same team continent. So it's really interesting continent splits and division here. Japan gets ships only. We're very hard to take Kyoto. The extra combat strength to coastal. Yeah, the extra strength on coastal is very tough in here. Like, yeah, Japan's not in too bad a shape, really. I just feel like this could have been a thing, like pushing down here. Nobody's made a play on a city-state, I don't think, yet. Oh! Was there one? Oh, no, that's Antium. Okay. Alright, yeah. So 5 cities set up here. Bunch of archers coming online to defend their land. Nobody wants to make a move on Kumasi. Still only 4 cities on France, although they're coming down here for another coastal setup. Oh, another one here as well. I was going to say, I thought they were going to be on 6 cities soon. They're going to settle that and then probably settle on the Wonder. 5 cities. Like, what is this madness? I mean, I guess he's coming to meet it here, but... Does this guy already move this turn? He's coming to settle the salt. That's an aggressive settle by Poop. It hadn't moved this turn. It wasn't paying attention. If it last moved, first moved, it could have had it. Wow. Guys. What's happening right now? This guy was just sitting here. If he'd have saw this, he could have last moved, first moved that, taken a settler, and then easily gotten it home. Oh. 5 cities set up right now. That'll be 6. That'll be 7. Khmer getting wide. Are they committing to coast here? They're not going to come down here, are they? That'd be super ballsy. No, it looks like it came out of here and went this way. So they're gonna commit to a city up here probably. They actually have a pretty good amount of room. They've got some space up here. pretty safe. Khamir's actually going to have a pretty good game, I think. Really good campus in here for some science later. They could actually tuck in here as well. Very defensible on the one tile choke if they could ever get through there. If I was these guys, I would definitely make sure I cut this off. Don't ever let anybody down here, because whoever controls this can easily get a setup here on a one tile choke. Really nice city in here somewhere. I already had a fire. I mean, even the Khamir could get super wide here. They went. They didn't go. Yeah, they did go monumentality. Okay. They just don't have a high. Their faith yield is 24. It's pretty weak. Really, really big game from Jadwiga right now. Yeah, they did go non-coastal here. That's what I thought. And then they can still go... Oh, shoot. No, they needed to go wheat. They needed to go wheat. So that they could go here and here. Oh, well. Not a big deal. Really good tiles here, I guess. I would imagine that they just don't step on this tile till late game. Just leave it sitting there. That thing will just upgrade. It can become a cursor later if they get the tech. They don't need this. They don't need it, right? In fact, what they could do is Germany could just have a unit come down here once they get the cursors or something, and then just step on it and grab it. There's no need for anybody to step on that tile from Jadwiga. One thing that's going to be very important for her, though, is to get harbors. Yep, Celestial Navigation. There you go. Because France is committed to coast, and France can be pretty strong on the coast. They've already got harbors down. They're going to have to defend their land. With that increased intel, they're not going to want to be messed with. They're going to have to get their harbors up as soon as possible and defend their land, or they'll lose a lot of cities. Oh yeah, unique. It'll become their unique unit. Yeah. That'd be a good idea too. My only thought for Germany is like Germany's the one who's going to be able to use it, right? Like, I don't really know any reason why. Oh, Oracle next turn. Why these guys need a military unit, but yeah. Colony cards late game for Japan because their capital is on a different thing. Yeah, they could. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could. I mean, it's a bit of a journey, but you could, if you wanted to take the time to get a few of your unique units and join in on a push. Yeah, it's maybe arrive early. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if they do. If it was me, I kind of want to just focus on... Oh, going Hanging Gardens now. Wait, did they get sniped on Arkle? No, they got it. Okay. I don't see it. Oh, it's behind the tag. There you go. So they're going to set up some really nice theater squares here. On these. Which is good. Maybe a couple theater squares there as well. Campuses in the corners. Yeah. +3 campus there with theater squares there. What's this? Oh, Apadana. Yeah, they're making a big play on culture here, guys. But they're going to need to get harbors. Like, all the cities on the coast are going to need to get harbors as soon as they can. Granary for housing, but harbors ASAP. What's the science at? Yeah, see, this is scary. So this is the play. I was saying earlier how France may have made a mistake going with Penbrush. But their play is go coastal and win the race to caravels. And right now, they are killing the science. And I could very much foresee a big problem over here if they don't go really hard committing to getting coastal things going. Like, I like this. Do the culture things. You gotta, but they're gonna have to like get some. Like, they're not even competing in the Admiral game right now either. Yeah, these guys can build harbors, but they need to try and represent a culture victory. But like, these cities need to get harbors up ASAP. Like, I don't like this campus. I know it's a good one, sure. Well, it's a +2, but these guys needed harbors. Because now the admirals, France is getting their, they're not getting any points yet, but they've got at least 3 cities, was it? 1 harbor there. They're going to get their harbors online and start soaking up all those great admirals. And, you know, they get the fleet and the +3. And you can kiss some of these cities goodbye. Like, this city is uber vulnerable. Even this one's got 3. Yeah. I'm going to be vulnerable quite early. Hanging Gardens and 4. Any adjustments to the religions? Not yet. Let's see. So Japan's going to try and spread their wings a bit. I would imagine they settle the sugar. I would imagine they try and kill Taruga. Yeah, especially since Under the Gun controls it. Interesting that they Under the Gun did that. Maybe for early science, I guess. Because Taruga probably dies here. I would imagine Japan wants to kill that. Oh, they got a non-fresh in here as well. I didn't even see that one. So they'll be on 6. They kill that at 7. They didn't push him early. And now it's... Why won't it select the text? Apprenticeship on Japan. Rome's on 6 cities. 6 cities. Singapore died. There you go. They grabbed some horses and went and did their thing there. That's the first city-state down. France is committed to coast, as we talked about. Nobody's going to want Kumasi because it's kind of a no-man's land there. Levent is not much of a city up there. Nothing worth taking there. Control of Johannesburg is going to be huge. Cities receive +1 production for every improved resource type, and then +2 after industrialization. It's incredibly broken. Oh, I forgot to see. Where did they go? They ended up getting it here. That is very aggressive. It was a very aggressive push. And they're the ones that were getting great general points, by the way. Persia's switched over now, too, but looks like they might have projected even. So Kree's making a push. Getting commercial hubs, getting their campuses up as well. So getting a little bit of mixture of science and sim here. They're going to need to feed Kree because they're going to be on the front lines on both sides. Now, it's tough chokes. Really tough chokes here, but they got super aggressive. I mean, when you think about their capital, and they did not have any trouble pushing this. This is actually closer to their capital than their own. And then same thing kind of here is kind of mid-distance. They pushed up. They got some swords online covering the gaps. Very interesting. Still no classical up for these guys, but they don't need to. They'll get boats online. Boats online. In 7 turns, they'll have 3 harbors. I'm pretty sure these guys already went... I'm pretty sure these guys already finished Celestial Navigation, right? Did I see that right? Interesting that they didn't settle. Are they going to settle here instead? I thought for sure they would step off of this hill and settle on the sugar. Oh. Why didn't they settle the turn before? They were on the hill. They should have just stepped on the sugar. And settled. Do they know where Poland is? I don't. They probably have an idea that they're on somewhere. They probably know that somebody's got to be on the coast somewhere, right? So these guys know. This is what they know. So these guys, they did this here. So they've seen all this. They've seen all this. They've actually seen... oh, this is them. Sorry. They've actually seen all down here. They've seen all of their land, essentially. They've seen most of Rome. But they do not know where Poland... But they have to figure Poland's on the coast. Because given what they've seen, right? Given what they see... they have to know that Poland's over here because they know that they know this is cut off. They know they're not anywhere here. They have to know they're over here, and they have to assume that they've probably gone coast, right? So at that point, this is why France is committing to coast, saying, okay, Japan's inland sea, they got their struggles. We'll take over. We got you.